polocollege.com. My host here says that if you, after this participation, you'll all probably become 9 goers. This here is a website that I created for the last 20 years. It's strictly my volunteer thing to help polo. I have a long 30 to 40 year history of Polo Association, FIP, and I served on the USPA Safety Committee for over 20 years. I was governor for 8 years. I took Glenn Holden's place. I was one of the first ambassadors for the international polo thing before they started letting other people in. And this is the website, called polocollege.com. And what we're going to do is just go around, bring up a question, and chat about it. Now, we don't have to agree. Some people think face guards are good. Many don't. And we have to talk about it. Okay? Feel free. The only thing wrong here would be not to share it. So we'll start off with, Brad, would you like to read the first number 1 here? And pick number 1, right? See the numbers on the bottom here? We'll start with number 1. Read that out loud.
It is a game, one that can have an effect on a person's soul. Being a USPA player is a tough road. Keep the game in the proper perspective. Family and work come first and demand their priority.
Anybody ever thought about that? Polo's the best, greatest game in the whole world. But we also have business, family, friends, other obligations. We run across polo players that just think of nothing but polo. This gentleman has a multifaceted life. He has many responsibilities. Does anybody have any thoughts about where family and polo go balance?
I think it helps when you've got your family interested in the polo, so you can encompass the whole thing. You know, I think people that successfully play polo and do their family duties, they often, you know, have their kids are playing, their wife might play or participate. And I think it's really important to involve the whole family. Otherwise, it becomes people become, you know, upset that you're taking time away from actually studying with the family. So I think that's quite important.
Polo is not 100%. You have another life. Would you read number 2, please?
But I don't think this sometimes you want to play polo.
Yes.
They all not there. Family never agree to that. You know, so sometimes it's really difficult to make adjustments.
When you're not married, the women come out to polo and they think you're wonderful. The horses are everything wonderful. Right after the marriage, your friends are vulgar, the horses are dirty, it's terrible.
Yes, sir. So that's what, because I've gone through it and
The thing is, you have to have balance. And I've seen people that are so obsessed with their polo, they have divorces, they don't pay, they don't take care of their children, their businesses go bad even. And I've even seen people go commit crimes in California, major crimes, so they have money to buy horses. They're a major criminal in a lot, they lose their balance. Let's go to number 2.
Learn to ride, be a horseman. Be a horseman. Never too late. Many polo players.
Arun Paul, Nena, you look at So there's a lot of other players supposed to come.
Basically,
Missing another horse. You're missing that.
go ahead.
Learn to ride, be a horseman. Never too late. Many polo players ride well, born on a horseback or down before and after each other. Train in both directions. Use your legs and rear end to control the horse. The reins are not the only apparatus. The secret of all riding is DWYA.
Stop right there, because I was talking to a lady today who was a dressage rider from Germany, and she was telling me, other people have told me that polo players, half the people in polo play, even though they might play well, they don't ride well. The horse goes from a gallop to a trot, and they can't post. They've never really developed the part of riding. You like to talk about that? They don't get on the horse and they hit the ball. Come on, Irish, say something.
Well, I think you can't compare the two because in dressage you're
Right.
retaining your form the whole time.
That's right.
You play a game of polo and the ball's over there and you're trying to save a goal, you know, you're gonna lean, you're not gonna be in complete balance and control the whole time. I think you have to understand that, you know, sometimes I believe you have to make an ugly play, potentially to save a goal.
That's
You
right.
can't always, you know, it's better to have an ugly loss, an ugly win than a pretty loss.
Definitely so, but I'm just saying that, somebody told me, I took a riding lesson from the Olympic coach, the US Olympic coach. He said the secret of riding was in your drive with your, you know, secret riding was the whole seat of the pants. And another thing I've noticed that players, great players like you, the high goal guys, can walk up to a ball anyway and hit the ball fine. But people like myself have to get the horse positioned just right by using your legs and your butt. They have to think ahead of time and position the horse. That's
No, but
it.
invariably, you play polo, your butt is not on the saddle.
Yes,
You know, you're on the saddle.
not always.
Most of the time when you play polo, you're on the saddle. You know.
And the British, a lot of British players like that, they even gallop at a post, they stay out. Okay, number 3, let's go with,
You know, I've been always told to always come out from the
Stay out, stay out.
Stay out, stay out.
even when you're just galloping down the field, out of saddle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's, that's a different, there's 2 schools of thought on that.
Yeah.
So in polo, you don't have to look good on a horse. You have to be effective on a horse. So
That's true, that's
True,
true.
but I think the other, you know, the thing is you always aspire to the best players in the world. And, you know, when you look at the top 10 goalers in the world, you see some players are phenomenal riders and they look like they play everything like Miguel Novicio. They play everything.
The Garcia boys ride
They
beautifully.
play everything from here and in control of that. But then the very best player in the world, Cambiaso, is like, you know,
An acrobat.
yeah, you know, he sits, he rides like this, and he's up around the ears, but when you're a young player growing up, you know, it's like he's like the Lionel Messi of you know, polo, and you aspire to be like that. So I guess if the number 1 player in the world was a beautiful rider, I think more people would aspire to ride like that. Now people want to tap the ball in the air and play it out here, and I think that gives more. I believe still you can get more from your horse. Even Cambiaso could get more, and you tire your horse out less if you stay balanced.
Maybe those horses in Argentina last 1 season. 1 season. The number 3. Would you like number 3 for me?
Keep your cool. Remember that the character traits you display during the passion of may represent your real character. Under stress, much is revealed.
Right, there was a 7-goaler once said to me, he believes the way people behave in the game under pressure is a real person. They get off the horse and they're charming, but in the game, the real person comes out. People lose their temper out here, and then they're not worth much to their team, and they follow more. Anybody have comments on that?
What I noticed in this game is like during the game, you will shout, scream, you know, they literally, you know, fight, but
Leave it on the field.
you know, the
Right,
moment
yeah.
you
Do you have
the
any-
game, you are
lot of examples, like Ravida is the biggest example.
Yes,
The
exactly.
game is
People
totally.
know Philip carrot, you know.
Why Philip, because I know Brigadier VP.
But during the game, I mean, they really fight, you know, because it's so aggressive.
You
and-
need to have
It's
like
We had a case in the US where a player rode next to the other one, jumped over and pulled him off the horse. Like a cowboy. And they get off. We've had some very bad anger in the US.
I never had a chance to say anybody, actually, you know. But too much of arguments, too much of,
You like your number 4?
because a player is guilty of crossing the line, does not mean they should be run down or injured.
Let's listen to number 4.
Because a player is guilty of crossing the line, does not mean they should be run down or injured.
So let's say a person is accidentally across the line of the ball. He's off the line, what should you do?
Check out.
That's right.
We have an example from the last game.
Because some people believe they should hit him. Argentina, there's a place.
And you know what Vishal said on that foul night when you went on raid
Yeah.
and Dhruv turned in front of you here?
Yeah.
And Vishal said, I thought Nile turned. I said, Dada, he would have gone in.
Yeah,
He
I was
turned.
going to run into it.
We just went like.
But the difficulty is you need to make a certain attempt to show that you're determined on the
You want to make it
line.
over this.
And yeah, so there's a fine line, and depending on the
You want the
umpire,
foul. Yes.
the umpire should be quick to the
Yeah,
whistle,
right.
because if they don't, or they miss
Yes.
a foul, then you want to hit the guy to make sure you get the foul.
Yeah.
Well said. And sometimes the ball changes so fast, the person can't get out of it.
Yeah,
It depends on the umpiring actually.
yeah, I think that's for the umpires, they
So
said.
there was a play in this 8 goals in which Bashir hit the ball and the ball hit Manu Balgodara's horse and flicked. And the new line, Manu sir just turned and joined the new line, but Bashir was following the
Right.
original line.
Right.
So Manu sir didn't give him time enough to cross over, and he just came and Bashir didn't stop his horse and he ran
No,
into
no,
him.
he couldn't
She
stop.
could not
No,
stop
he
it.
wrote it. So they said, why did you try to check up the horse? Like the horse didn't stop. But
He must have tried.
like, that's what they said. They should try it.
But
Turn around.
fact is the horse didn't stop.
Number 5.
You can't win or control every play, don't risk a foul, go on to the next play.
Anybody want to believe that?
Good point.
You can't win every play. Sometimes it go, what do? You go on to the next play.
I didn't get your question. What was it?
Yeah, number 5, you cannot win or control every play. Do not risk a foul, go on to the next play. You're late getting here and you can't book or get to him. Just stop and go on to the next play. 300 yards. Feels very good. Discussion.
Unless they're going to score a certain goal.
Come, Adi, come.
What was that?
What is screen?
One of them did one.
10 goals. Okay.
Almost.
You never had to switch.
You can read it.